Leaders in Kabale District and nutrition stakeholders have blamed the lower local council leaders for frustrating their efforts to improve on hygiene and sanitation and other wash services in the district. The matter came up today during a one-day workshop on key wash approaches that was organized by Community Integrated Development Initiative-CIDI and Kabale District Local Government. CIDI is a non-governmental organization implementing the Right Grow program with funding from the Netherlands Embassy with support from the Hunger Project. Edmond Kalyemera, the Senior Environmental Health Officer for Kabale District, decried lack of support by community leaders, especially LCs, during community mobilization, whom he accused of commercializing desensitization meetings that are always called to trigger communities to improve on sanitation and hygiene by telling the members of the community not to turn up for these meetings without money.
For Kabale District, as we go on as a district to improve sanitation and hygiene in our communities, we still have issues of lack of support of our community leaders, especially LCs, during community mobilization and during community sensitization, triggering the communities how they can improve their sanitation. Because one of the reasons these meetings have been commercialized. When you invite participants, they have to request for some money as facilitation. And another challenge, you find the chairperson LC ones who should be assisting us in community mobilization, they also don't have latrines. So this becomes a challenge to us, and we find during the implementation in our communities, we don't get a turn up for the community members because of those challenges.
The Kabale District Health Educator, Alfred Veskensi, said that improving on sanitation and hygiene are some of the priorities of the healthy sector, like improving latrine coverage and increase in access to clean water, since these help reduce on the disease outbreak. He however said that their efforts are always let down by local leaders who don't support their mobilization strategies of the community members to embrace sanitation and hygiene, like avoiding open defecation and improving on wash services.
As a health department, we try to ensure that sanitation and hygiene is a priority, because we all know that most of the diseases emanate from those from sanitation and hygiene conditions. If people don't have latrines, or if people are drinking water which is not good, if the hygiene in the home is not well maintained, then most likely we are going to have a lot of diseases in our communities. But we try to use local leaders and VHTs to ensure that people get information, plus our community health workers, special health assistants and assistant health educators, to ensure that everyone gets information on what they need to do to ensure that sanitation and hygiene are well coordinated at the community level. We get disturbed by some of the communities where you find people don't have latrines, use contaminated water, and when you call them, they don't even turn up. But also our leaders, the local leaders, they are aware that such a family does not have a latrine, and they have been educated by everyone, but they don't enforce the law, and the law is very clear. So we call upon our leaders also to support our efforts and ensure that at least every household should have a latrine, should have a drying rack, should have a compost pit.
Bernard Ahimbisiwe, the Kasherejenyi LC2 chairperson in Kamgong sub-county, also acknowledged that some LC chairpersons frustrate community sanitation meetings by rallying the community members not to attend these meetings where they won't get money. He said that it is hard to fight against open defecation since some parents leave their children at home unattended to, who end up defecating anywhere.
Umuchachi ndi chachuwidi chairman banji banabona ni bachachuwidi kutwagira umu kweherero kwitukabo twagira ngo ko takayekera umuntu ushotine rawe zimba kurikiza twikirizana kurabira omukyakezi twashaba bebembezi kutuhamu chance kugambiragamo kandi bagituha zeni nitwekoramu umurimo tuzo mu mashomero nabwo nukubaberwa amazima n'umwakwimuka nkaha buri shomero niwumundi kurugarine nk'umusirigwemo beyine hamezi buri shomero mwenu buri mwana akashoborokerwa icyo ashemereye kuba natunga katuzo mu maka cyogwira nagambe cy'obuyonjo mazima bw'obuyonjo tindikwenda kwegamba omubantu tiwobumana oburufuka because abo kuja mu twe turya benyine ahubwo umukazi ari kuza kwiga asibwo bwana bubiri bushatu mu utakagire kwega ningo tari kwebasa kuba tanasari kusiba basibe ni banyamubaho mwendo kitari kwenda kwegamba buki so nyina hari iziri ni haratunga ubujournalist bwo kugakollectinga kugatwara latrine ninga kugata kandi ecoco imbata cye basize kugira ngo nanye sibe nikora rorokoro yabwo maka ecoco ni kibasa kubaho urabe ko mu maka nkashatatana ukiraho washaka umuzinda hibaraza.
Kalyemera also noted that although latrine coverage in the district stands at 76%, the rate of latrine usage is still wanting because there are still beliefs that children aren't supposed to use latrines, which promotes open defecation. He also said that the health department has launched community-led total sanitation approaches to trigger public to fight against poor sanitation and reduce on disease.
The latrine coverage as we stand now for Kabale District, we are at 76%. And that percentage is what we call the cleanable latrines to the users. Only that the rate of usage is still poor in our communities because of behavior change. We still have beliefs, for example, for the young children that they don't use latrines. So you find even the few latrines that we have, they are not used by children, and that promotes open defecation in our communities, in our villages, even around homes, because the latrine is there but it's not being used. As a district, we have embarked on several approaches, and one of them is community-led total sanitation, where we go to communities and trigger people to see what surrounds them, the feces around them, the poor sanitation around them, and how they contract diseases. So as the health department, with the use of the health assistants at our health centers, we have embarked on triggering villages. And as we talk now, we have triggered over 7 villages in Katenga, in Chichumbi Parish, Kamgangu Sub-County, and Chibuga, Karujanga Parish.
Evelyn Zarango, the Right to Grow project manager, said that today's stakeholders meeting was intended to equip them with knowledge on how to adopt behavior change approaches, like teaching the communities the importance of having latrines, food and hand washing practices, as well as improving on community sensitization.
So today we've been blessed to have different stakeholders, right from the sub-county level, this village level, up to the district level. And the essence was for them to understand how best they can be able to change the behaviors of the communities in regard to wash. What are some of the key best practices that they can learn and also trickle down to the communities where they live and where they work. So one of our actions today was that there's going to be increased sensitization within the communities, especially on the issue of open defecation, which is actually still high in Kabale District. So we shall use several approaches, and one of the key approaches is the community-led total sanitation, where the mindset of the people, where people will be triggered to come up with actions so that they improve their sanitation and hygiene statuses.